Alright, what is up everybody? This is Zacharias. We're back again with more of Avernum 4 Greed and Glory. Let's go ahead and continue here. We are on the Merchant's Oasis right now. The Shaggy Man has set up a broad mat by the side of the road. He is selling his wares, bows, and javelins. He says, I am Krugman the Fletcher. I am setting up shop here until I can get into the Great Cave to deliver my quality weaponry. It's humbling. Humiliating, in fact, but that is where we are. Want to buy a bow? Why can't you get into the Great Cave? The Almerians blocked the only bridge over the river, and they have gone mad. I don't want to try to cross until I believe it is safe. They went mad? I know that for sure. The question is why. I heard their brains were addled by a giant ghost, but I know better than to listen to a rumor like that. Why don't you sell bows in the Eastern Gallery? Because I'd have to pass Murtis. I've heard that they are freshly afflicted by the Walking Dead. I'm just passing some time here until I hear a scrap of good news. Krugman sighs. Need anything else? To puncture someone from afar? He waves at his mat. The bows are still in good shape, though the humid atmosphere will warp them if he can't escape soon. Let me see your wares. Krugman has a lot of bows and javelins, but most of them are earmarked for customers in the Great Cave. He will sell you what is left. Would like to sell something? I don't need anything. Alright, thank you for your time. So we have merchants here. There is a young Nephil here. His clothes are filthy and his fur is matted, and he hates it. The heat and moisture are making him miserable. The table in front of him is covered with plants and bundles of herbs, which he no doubt gathered himself. He says, Myrrh. I am Lion, explorer. Do you wish to share in alchemy? Where have you gathered these? Myrrh. Everywhere. I go to the abyss, to North Caves, to Fort Remote, all places. But Trap now can only sell, not travel. Am sad. Rrr. You've been all the way to the abyss? Myrrh. A dangerous journey. Good for business, though. Place of rogues and explorers, not flower pickers. Tell me about Fort Remote. The western border of the Great Cave. Unsettled land beyond. Too hot. Too dangerous. Still, some precious lichen there. I sneak out to get. Lion continues to be an ungroomed, miserable Nephil in an unfriendly environment. He says, more. Liking alchemy. His grasp of your language is weak. Let me see your wares. Lion has gathered a variety of herbs during his travels in Avernum. I don't need anything. Alright, thank you. Myrrh. This merchant has laid out a broad woven rug and covered it with his wares. Pots and cooking supplies. He smiles. I am Tongren the Tinker. Welcome to my sad excuse for a shop. I am trading, both buying and selling. I can help you cook proper meals on the road so that you can live a civilized life while traveling. How can I help you? How is business? Bad. We're all trapped here in the misery and the peril. Kanason can tell you more. The misery? This cave is always full of steam. Water from the north hits lava to the south. Makes mold and fungus grow everywhere. On the ground. The ceiling, our clothes, inside our ears and mouths. The peril? Sometimes the ogres to the east raid us. Not good. Worse, something is happening to the south. Strange magic. Confusing. The portal is broken. Strange things happen. It's mostly safe inside our fence. If you go south, be wary. Tongren says, would you like anything? Pots, plates, even adventurers need to eat. Let me see your wares. As promised, Tongren sells pots, plates, bowls, and cooking utensils. I don't need anything. He tries to scratch a bit of fresh moss off of his boot. What? Oh, alright, bye. This oasis has been a gathering point for merchants and travelers for decades. Countless travelers have stopped here to trade news and water their lizards. There are several caravans camped here, though they are a tired and dispirited lot. As you look around, one merchant walks up to make conversation with you. Her hair is long and unkempt, and she shares with her fellow campers the lack of clean clothes and proper bathing. She is pleased to trade news with someone as far traveled as you. She shakes her hand. Welcome to our unhappy little colony. I am Coniston, a merchant stranded here at the moment. Can I trade with you? I'm afraid not. All my goods are waiting for me in the Great Cave, and all my capital is banked in Formello. My caravan is well and truly stuck. You say that you are stranded here. Yes, we unlucky few are hemmed in. We can't get through Almeria to the west. We can't use the surface portal to the south. And, for whatever reason, we have no business to the northeast. What happened to the surface portal? I am not sure. It isn't working anymore. No goods or people coming down from the surface. Nothing going back up. It's to the south. If you want to know more, you should head down and talk to them. Why can't you go northeast? Various reasons. Some of us absolutely have to go west because that's where their goods are. Some are afraid of the ogres and the undead. The rest of us have always worked the southern routes, and this isn't a good time to explore new regions. What's happening in Almeria? You probably aren't going to believe this, or maybe you are. You're an adventurer, after all. There is a monster in the town, a huge, dark spirit. They can't get rid of it, and for whatever reason, it's made them seal the city gates of the city. Since Almeria controls the only bridge that leads into the Great Cave, it's a problem. No way to get through Almeria? No, I am no smuggler. I think some enterprising types have found a way through. Dangerous, but possible. Nobody has shared this secret here, though. Coniston is eager to pass the time chatting with you. Any way to relieve the tedium is valuable while they are trapped here. Every day of delay is money lost by her caravan. More danger, smaller bonuses for the guards. How are y'all passing the time? Gambling, temporary relationships, telling long, meandering stories that don't go anywhere. We all know a few jokes. I know a good one involving a barrel with a hole in it. Want to hear it? Yes. She tells the jokes to you. It is filthy. After a bit more chat, you move on. Dang, I kind of want to hear that. Hear what that was, though. Actually, no, I want to check the map real quick. What the heck is down here, though? A recent cave quake opened up this tunnel. You're the first person to walk down this passage in a long time. Someone erected a large stone mausoleum in this remote cavern. You suspect it was built a few decades ago, and the passage leading to it was collapsed. A recent cave quake reopened the passage. This sort of thing is far from uncommon. Rich landowners and anxious mages frequently create such structures in preparation for a hopefully quiet afterlife. Of course, once exposed, the crypts are almost immediately looted by industrious robbers. Then they are disassembled for their building materials, and thus the cycle of life continues. The obelisks covered with ominous runes and drawings, mostly depicting violent themes. They are meant to scare thieves away, though they have no magical power whatsoever. Pulsating goo. Well, let's get into it. The crypt has an unusually advanced and expensive guardian watching over it, a golem. You imagine the presence of the sentinel will prolong the intact lifespan of the newly exposed crypt by as much as a month. The large stone creature lifts its arms and begins to speak. The voice created by a simple program magical spell. You have invaded the tomb of the mighty incantatrix Kyanan. Withdraw at once or the mighty spells placed upon this tomb will utterly destroy you. Alright, let's see if I can take it on first. Alright, resistant to cold, very strong against... Okay, so it has decent. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to... Dang it, I didn't know it was... It wasn't... Oh yeah, she was stunned, I forgot. So many knockbacks, what the heck? Alright, let's make sure she gets healed up. Dang, it's stunning a lot, and my physical fighters are gonna be like the best asset here. Okay, I hope. Oh man, enough of the knockback stuff. What the heck? how much aid are you gonna call? Okay, there, we got it beat. Okay, these are immune to cold, right? Okay, they're very strong against cold, but... Oh, what the heck? What the heck? What the heck? Okay, never mind. Never mind. This fight's not worth it. I killed the freaking thing, but... Okay, you know what? You can just stay in there. I mean, we may just have to come back to that before we can attempt to raid that crypt. Forget that, though. Good lord. That did way too much damage for me. I killed the main guy, but I still have the other ones to fight, and that happens? Shoot, no. Right, but I think I did explore all I could here, for now. At last, you enter the Great Cave. It is one of the most spectacular sights of Avernum. Even the most jaded traveling nobles are awed by the sight. It is the largest cave in Avernum. In fact, it is the largest single cave known to humanity. It stretches for many miles to the west. The fungus on the ceiling is unusually bright, lighting a fantastic vista of woods and stalagmite forest, separated by the occasional patch of farmland. There is a river not far to the west. It is straddled by the city of Almeria, which controls the only bridge. There are many mushroom farms lining the woods between here and there. You are sadly unsurprised to see that the farms are neglected. Only a few workers are visible. Most of the crops have been abandoned. What could cause everything to be so out of control, close to one of Avernum's proudest cities? It is horribly clear that the chaos that has inflicted the rest of your land has come here too. This young soldier is afraid of you and everything else. He shies away and won't meet your gaze. When you ask him a question, he stares at his feet and mutters, "Talk to the captain. He's in charge." What do you mean, talk to the captain? Not even paying attention to me right now. Sign says, Almeria is sealed. Only registered Almerian soldiers given a minute. Spies, saboteurs, vermin will be given justice. A patrol of Vernite soldiers is watching the road for intruders. Normally you'd be happy to meet them. Alas, to these men, the intruders are you. Their captain stands in the road, blocking your progress. Stop right there, friend. I am Captain Zaba. I'm here to intercept anyone trying to intrude upon Almeria. I have something I urgently need to deliver to the castle. Uh-huh. And do you know how often we hear that? You're welcome to try to get there. I won't stop you. I'm just here to warn you. I have fought hard for Avernum. Why are you so hostile? Don't think I'm fooled. You are from the surface, come here to steal our prosperity. You will never be one of us. We will have you in the stock soon, mark my word. Truly strange behavior, just like what you saw in Formello. The Black Shades have a truly cruel effect on the people they torment. You have to remind yourself that Captain Zaba was probably not always like this. Captain Zaba watches you coldly. He's not about to attack you, but he certainly wishes he were somewhere else. His warriors just look scared. What has happened in Almeria? You can't get through. The mayor has closed the city gates. Only the city guard can get in and out. Like us, we're out here to tell people the news and save them a trip. The gates are closed? Why? Because there is a monster in the city. The Black Shade. It won't go, and we can't get rid of it. It kills anyone who contacts outsiders. So the city is sealed for our own protection. Anyone who tries to get around that protection is plotting against us and will be dealt with accordingly. The soldiers watch you with blank hostility as Zaba says all this. It's hard to remember that these are still Avernites. They have gone mad and they just haven't realized it. Are there any other ways to get to the rest of the Great Cave? Not sure. There was a ferry across the river. The sea monsters ate it. Now it is a problem. Your problem, not ours. How long have the gates been closed? A few weeks, since it became clear what made the Black Shade kill people. Are there any settlements besides Almeria around here? Just Camp Samuel's north of here. If you need supplies, you're welcome to go up there. Do your business, then head back east. Camp Samuel's isn't closed off? No, the shade never bothered the camp. Lucky them. And there is nowhere else to go? No, most of the farmers went inside the city gates when they saw they would be sealed out otherwise. That is why the crops are in such a state. Everything is corrupt. It is a time of perversion. A time of perversion? The castle is infested with Vonati, and our king bows and scrapes and offers them our land. I'm sure the Vonati are responsible for all the monsters. We will deal with them. You cross the stone bridge and approach the east gate of Almeria, one of Avernum's oldest and wealthiest cities. This bridge is currently the only way over the river to the Great Cave. Guards watch you through the gate as you approach. As you cross the bridge, you feel strange. You see menace in everything. The guards seem actively murderous instead of just suspicious. You ignore the feeling at first, but it becomes stronger and stronger. Urges to fight or flee rise unbidden in your mind. The bridge feels unsteady under your feet, and the ceiling above you could collapse at any moment. Some strange and powerful presence in Almeria infects you, and, no doubt, everyone else here. Even your great experience doesn't protect you. Unsurprisingly, the guards behind the gate make no move to open it. One just stands behind the bars, waiting to speak with you. Almeria East Gate, all merchants must submit to inspection or pay tariff. Below this, someone hastily painted 2 words, gate closed. There is an Avernite guard staring out at you through the gate. She is exhausted. Likely hasn't slept well for weeks. There is an odd insignia on her shoulder. It looks like a cart pulled by a lizard. When you get close to the gate, she wraps metal with a male knuckle and shakes her head. Turn back, she says. The city is closed. Quarantine. For a moment, she manages to show concern for your safety. It's not safe for you. I have travel papers right here. She doesn't even inspect them. Not important. Quarantine outranks that piece of parchment. What is that cart insignia on your shoulder? I am the merchant liaison for Almeria, she said sadly. Am, or was. I greeted merchants, inspected their goods, and charged tolls. No need for that now, of course. Nobody is getting in. Now all I do is tell people to go away. Where can I go? You can go east, or Camp Samuel's to the north. Camp Samuel's is to the north. A lot of merchants are going there. Or you can swim the river. If you don't drown, the sea monsters might not eat you. You can't just come in here. I have urgent business at the castle. Everyone says that. Even if it impressed me once, it doesn't now. Why is the city closed? A monster has taken up residence inside. It destroyed the merchant quarters of the city. Now it sits there. Because of it, Mayor Bevan sealed the gates. You mean it's in there right now? It never leaves. It sits motionless unless it decides to hunt. And did you ever try to fight it? She looks very suspicious. What do you mean? Fight it? What are you suggesting? Are you saying something about us? That we're cowards? Then, with effort, she calms down. What I mean to say is, yes, we did. It didn't work. How does sealing the gates help? She frowns. Who are you to question us? If you must know, the creature only attacks outsiders. And people who deal with outsiders. If you're trying to bring your taint in here, we are right to stop you. Suddenly she starts to shout. When you try to get in, you are trying to murder us. Murder, you understand? If you sneak inside, we'll show you what we do to... And then, in a moment, her mood changes. She smiles weakly. I mean, well, you understand. How can I get in? How can I get in? Her mood changes in an instant. The question infuriates her. You don't. Are you simple? You don't come in. You go away and you take your stink with you. A moment later, she is calm. She speaks quietly as if the previous outburst didn't happen. It is not safe for you to be in here. Not safe for you or for us. Why isn't it safe for you? We have found through costly trial and error that the shade kills those who deal with outsiders. If we keep to ourselves, we can live our lives. It's not perfect, but we live. That is a decision Mayor Bevan made, and we accept it. You have to let me by. I have papers from Formello authorizing me to go to the castle. She doesn't even look at the papers. The word of the Formellans carries no weight down here. That paper is litter for the lizard pen. Why is it not safe for me? She looks uncomfortable. There have been incidents. People coming in uninvited. It did not go well for them. The city guard is very anxious and efficient. They do quick work. And what happened to the people who snuck in? Lyle starts to shout. They're dead, all right? Dead. Now go away or the same will happen to you. Go! She turns and walks away from the gate. Captain Lyle frowns at you from behind the bars. I'm not sure what you hope to achieve talking to me. Even if I wanted to open the gate, wouldn't it be safe for me? Go to Camp Samuels. They might welcome you. My arrival in the Great Cave was marred by great rudeness. When I arrived at the city of Almeria, the gate was closed and I was turned away. A black shade has taken up residence there and driven the residents mad. Okay, so it looks like we do have to go up to Camp Samuels. You walk through the south gate of Camp Samuels. This is the gate that isn't permanently rusted shut. Camp Samuels had the fortune to be built in an unusually peaceful and quiet area of Avernum. Soldiers long spoke of it as a great place to be transferred to. Peace, quiet, and long nights of sleep were the normal routine. Not that way now. You see the sadly familiar sight of refugees and stranded travelers. Most have taken up residence in a hastily built dome in the center of the fort. They sit around sullenly waiting for news. The guards ask for your travel papers when you enter. The trapped merchants look at you with envy. There is a merchant sitting here, an exhausted woman, surrounded by threadbare rugs. These are littered with what is left of her wares. When she sees a potential customer approach, she summons up a scrap of energy. Greetings, traveler. I am Sheehan, a merchant sadly down on her luck. Perhaps you would barter with me for a bit so that I can restore my stock. Why are you down on your luck? She shakes her head. The Almerians. I need to get west to Blosk. I have goods there, paid for and waiting for me, but I can't get through Almeria to reach them. Where is Blosk? At the west end of the Great Cave between Darman and Fort Emerald. It's also near Nass, Slith Village. I never go there, of course. Why don't you go to Nass? Because I don't trust reptiles. No offense. Why did Almeria close their gates? You should talk to the commander about that sort of thing. I don't know why they do what they do. I only know what it's doing to me. Sheehan watches you anxiously, ready to pounce the moment you want to buy something. Her goods are a sloppy, jumbled mess. Her time here has worn her down. I will trade with you. Of course, I have a variety of goods for sale, and I can buy equipment you no longer need. Let me see your wares. Alright, I'll buy a couple of those. I don't need anything. She looks down at the ground defeated. Alright, I don't need anything else. She shrugs. Okay, so we at least got the obelisk there. Oh, that is a cool character portrait. In the gray and shadows of the underworld, this woman is a refreshing flash of color. She still has the tan skin of a surfacer. Her dress is brightly hued. Her hair is purple, a style in the Empire. There are bows in her hair, which has been styled to form rabbit ears, though the atmosphere of Avernum has caused these to sag. Her sharp eyes instantly recognize you as a person of substance and wealth. She homes in on you with a broad smile. Greetings, bold warrior of the underworld. I am Enna, a singer, a traveler, and explorer from the surface. Exciting people like you provide limitless inspiration for ballads, and I will sing them on my tour. What brings you to the underworld? I am a singer. I travel and I perform. It is my dream one day to become an idol, known all over the world, surface and below. I confess I did not expect my visit to Avernum to be such an odyssey. What do you want to do in the underworld? See all I can, entertain, learn, be inspired to write new songs and sing them to all who will listen. True to her words, she gives a careful look to everyone who walks by. And now your visit is an odyssey? Yes, a true journey full of enough danger and strange mishaps to inspire 1,000 songs. I did not expect to visit during a disaster. I certainly didn't expect the portal to break down behind me. Still, I try to keep a cheery mood. I'm not one to stay grumpy too long. You want to be an idol? Like a statue? She laughs. Sort of, like a big statue, the sort people travel to see, tell temples about. A monument. Yes, a monument. You want to be a hero, right? I want to be like a hero too. What sort of hero do you want to be? A hero of music, a legend, one whose tales are told about. An idol. That really is the only word, don't you think? Anna continues to talk to you. She is a constant source of stories about her travels, concerts, and distractions. Sometimes with a wink, she pauses so that you can say something. You are in the underworld for a tour? That is what I have decided to call it. I'm not like one of those free, unfocused spirits on the surface. I came here with a plan. Still, all the problems have prevented it. Still, I will go where I can. What do musicians on the surface normally do? They wander. Sometimes they find a patron and sleep in the provided barn for a while. Then they wander, free spirits everyone. This is nice, I'm sure. But me, I have plans. You have had some problems. Yes, but I suppose everyone down here has problems, right? All the nice cat people and lizard people and people running from monsters and having their boats sunk. Where do you want your tour to go? I had a lovely plan. All the big cities in your giant cave. Almeria, Darmamon, all of those. But then they got full of monsters and craziness and turned me away. So I'm heading west, touring through any town that will have me. We'll see what I find. Why have you come to Camp Samuel's? Because they would have me. They had a little campsite outside for merchants and merry wanderers, and they said I could do my show soon. I'm just in here drumming up business, being idly. Tell me about the fort. She looks around. Again, you see her piercing gaze. She seems to be looking for something, and the fort doesn't meet her expectations. Small, desperate, sad, stuck people. Poor, no wealth, no secrets. Really needing a nice musical distraction. Seen anything interesting here? She nods. I saw my first Nephil. She raises her hands and runs her fingers through the hair just above her ears. I love their ears. I wish I could have them sometimes. You are performing soon? She sighs and stands up. Honestly, I'm not going to get closer to my goals. This fort is a little dumpy. Still, I should perform. Time to go out here and do what I came to do. I'll be just outside to the south. Promise you'll come see me? We'll see. I bet we will. You're lost if you don't. She performs a little curtsy and leaves the building. There is a caravan guard sitting by the back wall of the makeshift quarters. His bow leans against the wall next to him. He is agitated and angry, even more so than the others trapped here. When you approach, he gives you a grim smile. His few teeth remaining are close to black. Well, what a fancy visitor we have. An adventurer. Lucky us. I'm Shrum. I've been looking for a blade for hire while I've been stuck here. Interested? Are you stranded here? What does it look like? Talk to the others about the politics and the mad Almerians. I am sick of it. Where do you want to be? Fort Remote. Here they're paying well for mercenaries. Totally lost control of the west tunnels. What's happening with Almerians? I said I am sick of it. Shrum passes the time polishing his bow and examining his arrows. He's not interested in idle chatter. Sometimes when the other travelers complain, he has some agreeable obscenities of his own. How long have you been here? Weeks. Don't look like I'll be moving on anytime soon. You want to hire me? Yeah, I got trapped here with my caravan a few weeks ago. I found to my surprise that an old associate of mine lives south of here. His name is Arubis, and I have an old score to settle with him. I may not look it, but I am a master archer. If you can punch that Arubis scum full of holes, I'll train you in what I know. That's the deal. What did Arubis do to you? He was a bandit. Probably still is. ambushed the caravan I was guarding, and he gave me good reason to hate him, and that's all I have to say on it. Why don't you hunt Rubus yourself? Because he left me unable to function well against him, and he's a good shot too. I will help you. Shrum nods. Good. I hear Rubus has a camp or something in the southeast corner of the Great Cave. Let me know when the work is done, and don't let him talk to you. He's a shifty one. Knowledge brew. Okay, who has the least XP right now? Okay, I feel like, yeah. Let's give it to Sabrina. I gotta do a better job of reading signs sometimes. Emergency supplies. Ooh, I definitely accidentally took that. Sign says quartermaster. The quartermaster of the fort is sitting at this table trying to work out a chess problem. He is an old man hoping for a quiet retirement. He isn't getting it. He is pleased to have company. Hey there, he says, while pushing a bishop. I am Private Jin. You come to trade? The fort is short on supplies and I'm buying. You play chess? What does it look like? Great way to pass the time. A soldier needs a way to eat lots of quiet time, if he's lucky. What can you tell me about Camp Samuels? Thought it would be easy work. I came here from Fort Dubno because I wanted a quieter place to serve. It hasn't worked out that way. They'll be expecting me to fight next. Why'd you leave Fort Dubno? Because I got tired of the bandits that were trying to kill me. How are things in Fort Dubno now? Must be good. Commander Johnson wouldn't tolerate anything else. Fixture of Avernum, he is. What has been happening in this camp lately? You should talk to Commander Krejan. She's the one in charge of roping in adventurers and getting them to work. Quartermaster Jin stares at his chess problem. Occasionally he looks up to see if you need anything. I'll help you as much as I can. That won't be much. I will trade with you. Of course, I can sell things we have too much of and buy things we need. Jin's job is to scrounge for supplies the fort needs. The fort doesn't have very much at the moment. Okay, well, healing elixirs are always welcome. I don't need anything. He looks down at his chessboard, defeated. Alright. This dusty, sealed-up building reeks. You detect the rank smell of lizards, nephil, and mutant beasts cut up through with the unmistakable smells of blood, rot, and alchemy. The cells and shackles give a hint of this place's purpose. Hostile beasts and magical experiments were imprisoned here, perhaps for study. A lousy job for this fort to be given. Whatever was trapped in the cells here was forgotten when the trouble started. If anything is still alive in the cells, it's probably pretty magical and pretty irritated. Okay, I'm not going to waste lockpicks on that. Commander Krejan takes the letter and sighs. Oh, like someone couldn't deliver this in person. They had to use the job board. It's fine. Slow is fine. No reason to ever hurry. Grumbling, she tips you a handful of coins. The woman behind this desk wears full plate armor. Her helmet is off so you can see her face. Her quest was to be stationed here and slide calmly and peacefully into middle age. This plan is not going well. She is happy that adventurers have dropped by to supplement her inadequate force of soldiers. Welcome to Camp Samuels. I'm Commander Krejan. I hope that you have not been stranded by the hostility of our Almerian friends. Former friends. If you have time, I hope you feel free to stay and assist us for a time. When did you come to Avernum? When I left my mom, born here in the early, painful days. I've seen wildness in the underworld you children can't comprehend. Thought, after all I'd done, I'd get a quiet end to my career. Not to be. Why were your parents sent to Avernum? You know something? They never said. Many didn't. But I have my guess. They were exiled because they had no patience for Empire nonsense. They passed that on to me. Ever consider visiting the surface? She thinks on it. I might. I would love to see the sun, eat proper food, see that world. Plus, I'd find a few Empire folk and tell them what I really think of them. There's a dream worth having. Commander Krejan looks with distaste at the piles of records on the desk in front of her. As you can see, we are having more troubles here than we are accustomed to. Any assistance you can give would help. Whenever there is a loud sound, she jumps. So does everyone else. The four is in a precarious position close to mighty and hostile powers. Tell me about Camp Samuels. This fort has a proud, decades-long history of keeping this calm area even calmer. We've seen no battle for a generation, which is why we were given a bunch of holding cells. But now there is no peace to be had anywhere. This has caused me a good deal of sadness, professional and personal. You were never attacked? Raiders and bandits did not dare to come here since the dark days of the Empire War. That was when I came all those years ago. That was a dark time, she adds in a nostalgic way. Tell me about the holding cells. Sometimes our army captures creatures of a magical nature. They may need to be carefully studied pre-dissection. They are in the locked building to the south, along with a few experiments the Tower Colony stuff down there. The mages running the place left, no doubt to hunt down monsters elsewhere. They told us to stay out. We have had no intention of disobeying. Why are you so sad? Besides the obvious, I had to send my daughter away to safer lands. She is in the castle now, fortunately. I had that much influence, though it is now nearly impossible for me to see her. What problems are we having with Almeria? They have been driven mad. I'm sure you have heard of the Black Shades. They have invaded our cities, destroyed buildings and people, and resisted all attempts to dislodge them. Well, the shade in Almeria never leaves. It has corrupted the minds of the people there, making them mistrustful, paranoid, and occasionally, I am sad to say, violent. The humans are violent? The shade seems to kill people who talk to outsiders. Some Almerians have decided that killing outsiders is the best way to keep safe. There have been mob executions. Avernites are killing Avernites? Krejan shakes her head. A dark, dark time. Do all the Black Shades have this effect? From what I have heard, yes, but the shade in Almeria never leaves. Thus the effect has been much stronger. Suppose I need to get through Almeria. Any advice? Well, what I want to say is that you should just stay here and help us. I'm sure that is not an option. I have heard some rumors, some little bits of information from the merchants trapped here. If there is any truth to them, though, yes. They say that there is an old smuggler's route, the sort of thing merchants would know, a hidden tunnel to help them avoid paying tolls to the Almerians. You should talk to Sheehan. She's lurking outside. An unsavory character, but she might know more. Sheehan, okay. Can I get any supplies while I'm here? Perhaps, if there is anything we can spare, Private Jen is the person to talk to. Any news from the castle? Commander Krejan shakes her head. Very little and uncertain. The last thing we heard was that the castle was sending some mages through, heading to the Tower Colony to do some important... She pauses, wondering if you can be told this. There are problems with the surface portal. Mages are going to fix them. They never arrive. There are problems with the surface portal? Yes, I am afraid, though I have been instructed to say little of it. The less this upsetting news spreads, the better. Where are the mages? Nobody knows. They disappeared somewhere between the castle and here. It is a real problem, I'm afraid. If you find any sign of what happened to them, I would truly appreciate it. I don't know their names, but there were supposed to be 3 of them. Is this a secret? As much as possible. Things are bad enough. If word gets out that the lifeline between Avernum and the surface has been cut, there will be a panic. Any suggestions for where to look? There are a lot of grim possibilities. However, they are mages, distracted, unable to see what is happening. Maybe they blundered into Almeria. I have an artifact that... Okay, did I... I have an artifact I need to get to the castle quickly. Well, that would not be a problem. No problem at all. If, of course, Almeria hadn't gone crazy. Which they have. Almeria currently controls the only route west. There was a ferry service, but the boat got eaten. I heard a rumor about the hidden way into Almeria. She smiles. What? Me? A helpless and poor merchant? Do I look like I would know secrets about the Almerians? Those upright citizens with their insanely excessive tolls, tariffs, and wine? Well, do you know something? You know, I would have charged you for the information, but I suspect telling you will cause trouble for them. So I'll tell you for free. Go south along the shore of the river south of Almeria. There is a tunnel entrance about a mile south. Is it defended? It is now. We don't use it to smuggle goods anymore. The Almerians found it and put guards down there. Well, you look pretty tough, so maybe you can get through. And if the guards were gone because of it, better for us. The entrance to the tunnel was concealed. Last I was there. How's the tunnel concealed? Look for a cave packed with stalagmites. Rather pretty, really. Anyway, there was a switch in the north wall to open the passage. Hope it still works. Did you ever smuggle goods? Sometimes. Who doesn't? The Almerians charge a fortune to use their bridge. Was good times for a while before they found the route. I'd rather not fight my fellow Avernites. She hand shrugs. Then stay here. Doesn't matter why Almeria went to war with Avernum. They did it. Now come the hard choices. I didn't mean to offend you. No offense. This response means her. What else then? Oh, dang. Oh, Crane. One of Camp Samuel's soldiers is skulking around back here, shifting piles of bricks and cleaning up. He gets extremely nervous when you approach. When he sees no good escape route, he turns and leans on the shovel. I'm Crane, he says. I'm working on the shelters, and very busy. Can't talk now. Are you the Crane who was involved with Tuona near Murtis? What? You are joking. That crazy family sent you to hunt me down? Madness. How could I have thought to work there? So it is you. Well, yes. And yes, I flirted with their crazy daughter. Who wouldn't? They're rich. But then she decided that meant we had to be together forever. And her crazy brother and father agreed. So I ran. I've seen what happens to anyone who makes their precious daughter unhappy. That's the whole truth. You aren't going to hold that against me, are you? They would be content with an apology. For a moment, he tries to keep control of his anger. It gets the better of him. He starts to shout. Apologize? For what? For flirting a little? For being the subject of a mad girl's delusions? Are you mad? I won't apologize. I am a free Avernite and I have some dignity. Honestly, you wouldn't be mad enough to duel someone over that, would you? I guess you're not to blame. You're free to go. Well, thank you. And I'd avoid those people if I were you. Tell them what you need to about me. Then run. Spend too much time around their craziness and it'll suck you in. Relieved to not have to fight, he turns back to his work. There's something else I want to talk about. Just skip it. I don't want to think about those people anymore. You want to attack me? Do it. Otherwise, leave me alone. Crane is still out here moving around the building materials. He isn't happy to see you. You aren't sure whether he dislikes you as a crook or is just generally shy. Something I need to know. Then go talk to the commander. Not me. I'm really busy. You're making shelters? Well, not by myself. Just moving stuff around. As more refugees show up, we'll make more domes and fix them when they fall over. I kind of don't want to have to duel him or kill him. Maybe we can lie about apologizing. About him apologizing. I hunted down Crane. Thorius nods. Excellent. All three of us will sleep easier at night knowing that this stain has been cleaned. In return for the twin services you have performed for us, I want you to have a signet, a valuable symbol of your allegiance to my family. It will protect you in your travels through dangerous lands. He hands you a small gold ring. Please always feel welcome in my home, as long as, of course, you do not interact over much with Tuona. Any other matters of honor need to be settled? Not yet, but honor is like the undead. It requires constant attention and frequent violence. Okay, so you can complete that without killing him, which is a relief. Blade poison, lethal blow. I don't care about the blade poison effect, but having extra lethal blow would actually be very good, especially for Dante there. Okay. Wait, hang on. As promised, Ennis' Songstress is here. She is alone. No instruments. She just stands a blaze of color and energy surrounded by benches. She has managed to attract a small crowd. When you arrive, she gives you a quick nod and a fraction of a smile. She is focusing on her performance. I'm tempted to say hello, but let's just watch the performance. Enna clears her throat and takes a deep breath. The small crowd grows quiet. Others come out of the fort, sensing something is happening. Enna begins to sing. Her voice is strong and clear, and it carries well through the still subterranean air. It is a cheery song, a traveling song from the surface. It does much to lighten the grim mood of the refugees. She continues to sing. So far, all the songs are from the surface. Nothing about wars or conflict. Happy tunes of the sun and journeys and hope. The crowd grows and they love it. Some of them, especially surfacers, wipe away tears. Eventually, she ends the show and takes a bow. The audience applauds, and coins are given. Enna says, "Thank you so much, Camp Samuels. You were great. Soon I go west. I hope to see you again on the way back." She steps to the side and the show is over. I wonder if that character portrait was based on a real person. Like, I know the backers added quests to the game, so I wonder if that's I wonder if that portrait is based on whoever requested that quest. Enna's concert is complete. She is satisfied with how it went and is already preparing for the dangerous journey west. I saw your show. Thank you for coming. I hope I see you again. I'm going to find a way west and look for a new place to perform. Some place strange and exciting. I hear there are lots of lizard folk. Want to sing to them. Put smiles on their scaly faces. I'll be going soon. First I want to see if I can make some adoring fans. See you soon. Okay. I hate the idea of having to kill, like, Avernites, even though our group is, like, surfacers. Due to the background of us being, fortune seekers as one of the, one of the two, like, surface backgrounds, but, yeah, still don't feel great about the idea of killing Avernites to get past Talmeria, but looks like we will have no choice, really, in that regard. But that is something we can worry about after we explore the rest of the section, and then we will eventually find our way past Talmeria. But with that in mind, that's going to do it for this part of Let's Play. I'll see you on the next part.